Welcome to the Ogre Cave. Oni-1's Ogre Cave. Let your inner roar be heard.
You're the one to blame. Feel the power, feel the heat. My heart's a piston, you make it beat. Turning gears, I'm locked in tight. You fuel the fire, I burn so bright. Can't slow down, won't hit the brakes. Your love's the thrill that makes me shake. Your love's so deep, it shakes my core. Like tears that grind, I want it more. Can't break away, I'm in the stream. Your love's so good, I feel like a puppet machine. your touch alone fuels my desire. Every move unlocked in place. You're the rhythm I can't erase. Wound up tight, you set me free. You're the code that completes me. No more holding back, no delay. You're the charge that lights my way. Your love so deep, it shakes my core. Like gears that grinds, I want it more. Can't break away, I'm in the stream. Your love so good, I feel like a pumping machine. Pumping machine.
Eyes wide open, darkness closing. Just stay focused, I'm not folding. I'll upset you, cause I'm just too dangerous. I'm dangerous. Let's be honest, say no contest. Take those comments and form my concept. From the get-go, I just get so dangerous, so dangerous. Yeah, two equal sides don't equal ties. Yo, I came to equalize, let's energize. Basic math plus minus equals times. Pop says crazy watching the sequel shine. Last man standing, tell him I seek my prize. Challenge unwise, step in the ring, you die. I remember what it's like to be you guys. Letting people take all the truth and feed you lies. As soon as you think that you safe, I'm still in the race, so don't fall asleep. Don't wait around. I'm on my way. I'm on the prowl. Don't fall asleep. I don't forget. Trying to keep me out. I'm already in. So don't fall asleep. Oh my God, I will not falter. Show me honor, I feel my karma. If I have to, I'll show you I'm dangerous, so dangerous. Suit of armor, you can't harm us. Step in my light, I'll show you darkness. I don't know you, but I know you can't hang with us. We dangerous. So get lit up, pull the trigger, heavy hitter. My nigga, please don't get up, reconsider. I feel like a monster when I pick the pinner. Tonight I'm having all my enemies for dinner. Head with scissor, blackjack the ripper. Half man, half lizard. I don't walk, I slither. The winner, the wicked winner. Bitch, come hither, come across the river. I am my contender, guerrilla. You decide, do or die. Who defied the king? That's suicide. You denied, you can hide for now, but soon I'ma move aside where you reside. Don't close your eyes, I'll leave you deprived of every little thing that you worked for. Getting every single thing that I worked towards. Can't forget about the days we was dirt poor. Me and you in the same game, but I'm worth it. Don't fall asleep. Don't wait around. I'm on my way. I'm on the prowl. Don't fall asleep. I don't forget. Trying to keep me out. I'm already in. So don't fall asleep.
Close the
What's up, Cyber City? How we doing today? All right, so we are back, and as you can see, unfortunately, I'm not in my normal element of VR chat. Trying to balance a few things before next week, and I want to try a few new things out. So today I am using Waradu, for those that know about all the different programs and stuff like that. And there's a lot for us to cover in the music this week. A lot more than I expected. Quick shout out. Appreciate Ophelia Adler. She submitted a playlist recommendation from my posts. She recommended anything ABBA, so I made sure to add that. Also, anything that's running on my playlist today, I have what songs get you feeling pumped and moving, and what's a song that no one would guess you would have on your playlist. So, if you ever want to get some of your favorite songs up on my playlist for the Ogre Cave, be sure to keep an eye out for my different posts. And if you have a chance to submit your answers, I'll add it to my playlist for that weekend. Excuse me. Also, don't know if you had an opportunity to actually glance at my my new trailer. I did just play in the beginning to give everybody a chance to see it. Next weekend, I am excited. I finally get to release my new model and my new album. So it's going to be lots of fun. It's going to be the longest stream I've ever done. And so we're going to be starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. That'll give me time to let everybody get in. We'll start to run some music in the beginning like I normally do. And then I'll start the show. After that, as I go through my stream and I tell you everything I have planned out, when we finally get to my music video, I just want to do a quick reminder. You have a chance to opt in a giveaway. So if you are there at the time of the giveaway and I call out your name, you have a chance to receive an Amazon gift card. If you're not there, you can't receive it. I'm sorry, that's just the rules. One, helps benefit me as a content creator. And two, it helps show my my sponsor, who is giving me the opportunity to do so, acknowledge that I'm actually doing something with all the work I've been doing. So please help. Anyway, sorry for the eye twitching. No matter how many times I try to set up the stupid webcam to work for Waradu, my eye's always twitching. I'll have to fix that later. But yeah, I do miss being in VR chat because that's my favorite element. It allows me to be more expressive with everything. Because as you can see, I don't have everything quite programmed here just yet. I don't really take much time to focus on that because I've been focusing on prepping for my debut, prepping for these streams, and then of course I work a full-time job. So any support you can send your way, or any follows, or anybody that you think would be interested in this kind of stuff, you know, send them my way. We have a great time, especially if I'm doing my VR chats. I like to make it public, so I like to allow not only my voice to be heard, but your voice to be heard as well, because I believe in blending of both worlds. I believe in unity. I believe in community, because that is what's going to allow us to strive and thrive. Excuse me. Before I get into the music news, I'd also like to make it aware, yes, I know that there's a lot of talk this week about AI art. I woke up this morning, did not expect to see a bunch of posts about it today, and I forgot that last week I'd already covered this stuff. So, the AI movie that's supposed to release today, or did release today, I'm not sure if it's released yet or not, that is what's ramping up on the news if you haven't heard. I'm sure you're seeing a bunch of stuff if you're in those communities. There's a lot of artists and non-artists alike ranting about the whole idea of AI art and the hate and non-hate towards it and all this and that. I'm not going to be covering that today because I've already said my piece last week. I just want to make that clear. If you want more intel on what I have to say about that, you can go back to my last stream. I'm going to make some clips of it later. I meant to have clips done already. I did post one just to kind of give a brief statement of what it was that I said, because that kind of summarizes the whole thing. But if you want more details, you're willing to go back and check it out. Otherwise, I do have a planned calendar. For those that don't know yet, I cover anything that's related to games, anything that's related to anime and manga, anything that's related to music, AI, and of course, there's a week where I just do freestyle, anything I feel like covering. But we are a no politics zone. Yes, there are some things that kind of borderline politics, but I try to keep those areas as less political as possible because, again, I believe in unity, not in separation, and I feel like politics are the starting point to make people think that they have to be divided. So, my streams are a no politics zone. If you want to talk politics with me in person, or my DMs or something, feel free. Then you can hear more about my standpoints on certain things. But at the same time, I prefer to keep that out as much as possible because this is a safe space for all of us. As well as anybody who has not joined yet, I do have my own Discord community now that's directly run by me and hopefully one day by some helpful moderators, whoever I decide to bring onto that team. But for now, it's just mostly run by me. So feel free to join. That is also a safe space for us to talk. That's for anybody who wants to follow, who's a viewer, anybody who wants an opportunity to have their voice be heard as a content creator. I invite you as well. It's not just my space, it's our space, okay? My space. Jeez, that's a relic. Excuse me, give me a second. Anyway, so I've got my tea, and today we're going to spill some tea. But while we're spilling tea, I forgot to mention, yes, as you can see, I have now my new mini game up here called Radio Roulette. Now, below it states, that any new follows, any tips, any bits, any raids, you automatically get a spin with the roulette. Note, I will probably make it an ability to do it not with just that, but it just kind of gives me a, what's the word? A signal to see when anybody wants to play, they can play. There's no minimum required amount to play, so if you just tip me on my Ko-fi account, that will allow me to know, hey, let's play a quick game real quick. If not, I'm going to go ahead and start covering some of our news. Excuse me. All right, so we got, as I said, got a lot to cover. And oops, don't do that. Before I get started on anything that's, more mainstream and in the news, I'd like to make it known I cover in my music, I like covering in my music news anybody who needs the chance for their work to be heard or covered that isn't normally covered in big news. I consider this my artist spotlight. So if you are an indie artist, or maybe you're just a small artist that's just not quite popular just yet, but you're working that grind just like me, feel free to reach out to me. And this week I have 2 people that reached out to me, and so I'm going to give them a chance to have their own spotlight on my stream. So for starters, oops, nope, that happened too soon. Why is that? Oh, I went the wrong direction. No, no. I pressed the wrong buttons. Oh my gosh. All right, still getting used to this. All right, so artist spotlights. So for the first, I'd like to bring, and I hope, and if I say your names wrong, just note, I am so sorry. You can correct me on it later. So I'm going to do my best to pronounce, because I am horrible with names sometimes. So I normally like abbreviate you, but I'm going to make this best attempt. So as I'm assuming it's Saint Ocean, and they had a chance to reach out to me this week, and their new track is called No Better. I did a little bit of digging on Saint Ocean because I'd never heard of them before. Not only did the name sound cool, but the track No Better, they sent me a music video. It's really smooth. I really enjoyed listening to it. I love the vibe. And I'll go over what they sent me about this track after I let you guys listen to it. But I just want to note, Saint Ocean is a pop duo. As if I read this correctly, they're from LA. It's really cool to connect with the other side of the country and get to know other people and their different styles. So show them some love. I'm gonna go ahead and get their track up here for you. No Better by Saint Ocean. Let me see here. Second, and I'll play it for you. There it is. Elgato. Sure it's turned on. It is. All right. Good.
Call you up, baby, we can go shopping. For your brand new whip, even though we just talking. For one time to assist my calling. Girl, I told you I'm bold when I fall. I don't know no better. I don't know no better. I don't know no better. Mamacita with the coming lies. Let me holler for a second for you pass by. How you fitting all that in the middle jeans? Fucking with me, you're gonna blow up, call me a machine. Oh, baby girl, let's just shop and dine. Dripping sauce on my bread like you're Mrs. Hines. Blowing money so fast, you an elephant. Into you, never wanna take my time. Why me? My heart's a 2-ton beast, don't know why me. Why be holding on to love like it ain't free? Call you up, baby, we can go shopping. For your brand new whip, even though we just talking. For one time to assist my calling. Girl, I told you I'm bold and I fall. I don't know no better. I don't know no better. I don't know no better.
You gave to the cause, applause, and so forth, blase, yada. Yeah, yeah. It feels like your feels involved, a bitter pill to swallow. Gotta stay guy for you. Always is something new. What am I supposed
my calling. Girl, I told you I'm bold when I fall. I don't know no better. 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 I told you I'm bold when I fall. I don't know no better.
All right, guys. Oops. That was No Better by Saint Ocean. Awesome track, guys. Really loved the smooth smooth vibes, and your voices are freaking incredible. Just so you know. So when they reached out to me, I asked them, what was something that they wanted to tell the audience, and they said, we wrote this song about he being a super emotional Cancer and falling for women quickly, and then her doing big things to show her affection. And that was pretty cool. Kind of, what's the word? Sorry. Taps into that whole raw vulnerability and emotional honesty, as well as being, wrapped into love and devotion. And, I mean, that's really cool. I, too, am a sucker for the ladies, so I can understand. But I am definitely going to keep this one in my rotating playlist. If you would like to clip this segment and add it to any of your promos, go right ahead. I do this for anybody from here on out, anytime I cover the music segments, and I'm asking for anybody to have their moment spotlight. Feel free to use me as your promo. I will gladly accept and be your help to being a shameless plug. But for anybody who wants to check out more of their stuff, they have a whole bunch of stuff, and they're constantly posting on their Instagram. So I will make sure to, when I make a clip and post about this, I'll make sure to add them and to add a link for them. You can check them out on Instagram. All right. We're going to move on to our next artist spotlight. Oops, come back. My notes. There we go. Next, we got my my buddy G. He reached out to me recently, and he'd been talking about doing this stuff for a good minute now. So he finally reached out to me, and I just realized I made a stupid mistake and did not make him a little thing up here on the artist spotlight section. So sorry, G. I will make sure to remember that next time. But he was reaching out to me because he is working on this project. It kind of spawned off and was inspired by the series Monster Hunter. And I say inspired by, but it's more like diving into the Monster Hunter universe in a sense. I can't give too much details on that other than what he's allowed me to say. But here's what he said to me. He said, I've got a wild new project I'm working with some fresh tracks that I plan to drop soon. I'm going to be mastering these soon, and you decide which one is your favorite and play it. Gauntlerian. So, I checked them out. There's currently 4 planned songs in phase 1. And I figured the best one to show off for my audience is the first one. Because one, it kind of helps allow us to dive into both Gauntlerian's style and hear what he's normally like. And 2, it gives you a chance to get an idea of what to expect. Now, in my opinion, Gauntlerian is a great storyteller, along with awesome, metal vocals. He is constantly improving and changing up his style to find the perfect sounds. Because not only does he enjoy good metal, but he likes it to be able to tell it in a theatrical and cinematical tone. So I do have that track lined up for you, and I will get that hooked up right here. Again, this is this is Descent of the Warlord by Gauntlet. It is not out yet, so you're getting a sneak peek. Okay. Turn that on for you guys. Maybe. Load for me. Heck, come on. Load. I made a mistake. Let me see what's up. Hold on, guys. Stupid laptop. I swore I had this file ready for this. It messed up somehow. I have got to get me a new laptop. I feel like I'm always fighting this thing. Literally only run music on it now. Literally do nothing else on it. Still wants to be a dick. Oh, that's weird. I downloaded it up here. No matter. I'll just download it again. Hold tight, everybody. Take me but a second. While I'm doing this, just a friendly reminder, anybody who wants to submit their music, just make sure you do so when I do that shout out on my channels. I do this once a month for my music talk. So once you see that you follow me and you see that notification, hey, I'm looking for people, be sure to drop your stuff. I would do like a queuing up kind of thing, but as busy as I am, I can't keep up with everybody's, and I don't want you to send it to the void of no return. Just download that file again. Okay. Back in my DJ system. What is the deal? Acting like the file is not able to be found once I put it in the DJ system. That's okay. I'll just I'll try to use the DJ system to find it. Okay, come on now. See, this is the stuff we should be talking about in AI. Like, well, we need to get somebody on the ball to help program some of these small little softwares to run a little bit better when it comes to these different menus and UIs. Seriously? Not want to load. Okay. No problem. I have another idea. I am not a quitter. Let's see. Okay. All right. So I had to pull it up outside of my DJ program. So I'm just using the media player. That looks gross. I don't like that. Hold on. We're gonna just minimize that. Doesn't look gross on my screen. Oh no, I don't like that at all. Make a stop. Okay. Just deal with it, Oni. All right. So here's Descent of the Warlord. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was Descent of the Warlord. To start off, Gauntlarian's Phase 1 of his Monster Hunter inspired album. Just a quick fact, me and G made a collab song based on Monster Hunter some good time back. That I'll play again for everybody whenever my debut happens next weekend. It was really fun collabing with G on that project, and still I think it's one of our peak collabs for sure. So let me just change this back the way I like it. Right. And just push that away. Yeah. Where's my note? Appreciate you always, G. For those that enjoy a good narrative-driven storytelling, metal vibes, definitely check him out. If you want to get his latest information, he is on Blue Sky as well as a few other places, I believe now. He's becoming a little bit more socially active. Kudos to me. But definitely, yeah, check him out. And G, you're always welcome, the same as anybody else, to use me as your shameless plug promos. That's all I have this week for my artist spotlights. So in just a moment, we're going to go ahead and move over to direction. Oh, I did make a... Damn, I feel bad now. I did make one. I did make you a card, G. If I'd clicked the right button, I would know that. Maybe I need to switch these hotkeys. Anyway. Next, we'll be moving to music in the news. And what I mean by music in the news is anything that is popular or mainstream or is already being talked about. And give us a chance to talk about these things as well. So, in just a moment, I will be covering that. But before we do that, I'm going to send us over to a quick music break. And let me get my partner, Navi, turned on to join us today. And then we'll continue.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big stepper, underground methods. Top-notch hoes, get the most, not the lesser. Straight terror, product of your errors. Pushing culture, baby, got that product you can measure. Trendsetter, the one who get the weather. Swerving while I'm bumping Project Petter. Yeah, rolling through the city with the big dogs. Fuck the laws, loyal with me, we ain't got a cow. Zelly on silent, put the product in the pillar loud. That's how you make the money pop for everyone. bang. I just do my own thing. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. Drive it like a Ferrari. I just keep my head down, head down. Yeah. Head down. Head down. Don't hate me cause I got the balls to do it. I'm the real deal, y'all, I don't have to prove it. I go 100 miles when everyone else is cruising. Y'all look so shocked, but I always knew it. Out here in my lane every day. When I go insane, know what I'm saying? Out here in my lane every day. I just keep my head down, head down. Rest in peace to my enemies, they're all dead now, dead now. I just do my own thing. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. I drive it like a Ferrari. I just keep my head down, yeah. Head down. Head down. I just keep my 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 head down, head down. Rest in peace to my enemies, they're all dead now, dead now. I just do my own thing. Sorry, but I'm not sorry. I drive it like a Ferrari. I just keep my head down, yeah. I just head down, head down. I just keep my head down. I just keep my motherfucking head down. I just keep my motherfucking head down, head down. That's cool. I just keep my head down. Yeah.
All right, Cyber City, and we're back. And just a quick note, that was Head Down by New Medicine. That was added to my playlist quite a few streams back. So if you notice, if I'm really grooving to some recommended songs from my playlist, I'm gonna keep that stuff in the loop. And that one is still like fucking good vibe, okay? So I really appreciate any song recommendations you can give, because I like to explore all different styles, and it's my love language. Before we head into our music in the news, today's music in the news is sponsored by Gong Noodles. Hold on, that didn't work. Hold on, give me a second. I messed up again. Come on. Okay, let's try it again. Today is sponsored by Gong Noodles. Are you tired of the same old boring noodles? Wouldn't you like to enhance your flavors? Wouldn't you like to enhance your smells? Come down to Gong Noodles Noodle Cart and add a little bit of neon to your noodles. That's right. Add neon. Add color to your life. Anyway, so yeah, for those that don't know, I am a foodie. My second love language, besides music, is definitely eating, and I like me a good bowl of some noodles now. If you said, hey, you want to go down to the cart and get some noodles, my answer is probably never going to be no, unless like I'm like super full and can't eat anymore. Anyway, enough of that. We are now heading to music in the news. Oh.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. All right, so music in the news. Where's my notes? Oh, and I gotta bring up Navi. All right, Navi. Hope you can hear me. I noticed you're having issues being on the stream. Let's see, where are my notes? There you are. Music's supposed to say something. Not even playing any sound this time. Oh, you know what?
Oni, what's going on with the stream? Got my fingers crossed, it's all good now.
Okay, yeah. All right, we're good now. All right, got your voice and everything. All right, so we are getting ready to cover music in the news. So first up, make sure I press the right button, is Up From the Bottom. I had this on my list of things to cover like weeks ago now, and I have been waiting to hear more news on this, and I'm so glad that it finally came out before this week's stream hit. So Linkin Park just got done teasing and releasing their new track, Up From the Bottom. Is this the true return of nostalgia? Does it fit into Linkin Park's new legacy? Who knows? I have held off listening to it until today. I wanted to, you know, get a fresh new reaction to it, and I'm always excited for new Linkin Park shit. I do believe that they did a good did a good comeback with this recent album, and their new singer. I feel like it's been a long time coming, with all the emotions tied in that one. Before we play this song, it was released as a part of a 20th anniversary edition of Meteor. It was a 20th anniversary edition of Meteora. For those that grew up like I did back in the day, and you had your fresh CD copy of Meteora, you were like, that's hot shit. And I think Meteora was like one of my favorites of all time. The track was originally recorded during the Meteora sessions and was unreleased until now, much like some of the other tracks that we've heard. Speculations. Let's dive into a little bit of the rumors and leaks real quick. There is speculation that there are even more unreleased tracks being teased by the band's cryptic social media posts. So supposedly there's more out there that we haven't heard yet, and they just keep sitting out left and right. Whenever they've, of course, whenever they get perfected and stuff like that. And I mean, Mike Shinoda's like a sound engineering genius, so you know. But it's not actual confirmed whether or not there's actually more. They are just, they're rumors. Some fans believe there's a larger anniversary tour or album project on the horizon. Would that be cool? Most definitely. I would love to see it. I did not get to go to the last concert tour they had running when they were releasing the whole new album and running with the new lead singer. So I would love a chance to get to see them in concert. I have never seen them in concert before. Ooh, and they definitely inspired me for who I am today. So much appreciation for all the music that's been done in the past and up until now. Different fan theories and reactions. A lot of fans are comparing it to the Lost track. It hit them emotionally, and it may represent a metaphor for Chester's personal struggles. A lot of TikTok edits and lyric breakdowns are circulating around the internet, connecting the lyrics to early 2000s. So, before we get into the questions about this new song and how we feel about it, we are going to play it right here on this stream, and we're going to see what we think. So, keep an open mind, keep an open ear, and let's see what Linkin Park's got for us.
Inside it feels like I'm barely breathing. Feels like air is running out. Inside I'm stuck here staring at a ceiling. You put up to keep me down, 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 down.
Waking up without a name, opening my eyes knowing nothing is the same. Circling around a drain as I realize that there's no one else to blame.
You keep me waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I try escaping, but there's nowhere to go. Staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. Each time I hold my fist inside my pocket, hold my breath until I'm blue. Feels like a knife pushed deep inside a socket, bristling, listening to you.
Waking up without a name, opening my eyes knowing nothing's gonna change. Circling around a drain as I realize that there's no one else to blame.
You keep me waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I try escaping, but there's nowhere to go. Staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom.
Everybody out, that devil is coming. Poison on his lips and his words mean nothing. Cold like a mountaintop, father never loved him. Mama said he's bad enough times that it's sunk in. Everybody out, that devil is coming. Promise you the world, but he's always bluffing. Before you even know it's a trap you're stuck in. He's gone like a ghost already off running.
Waiting down here, so far below, staring up from the bottom, up from the bottom. I try escaping, but there's nowhere to go. Staring up from the bottom, gotta get out of here. Up from the bottom, gotta get out of here.
All right. That was Up From the Bottom by Linkin Park. That definitely brought back a little bit of memories. I can definitely see what everybody's talking about.
Oni, what's your first impression of the new Linkin Park track? Spill the beans.
That's where Navi. You sometimes are really slow, and I need to work on that. I was spilling the beans. I do feel like it did tie back to Meteora. And I now understand what it's like to feel like you're staring up from the bottom. I can still remember back when I was listening to Linkin Park when I was young and thinking about all the different feelings that they were singing in the songs. And I always felt like I was stuck in my head all the time. Felt like nobody was ever listening to what it was I had to say or what would go on in my mind. So I would just keep it there. And so getting a chance to listen to Linkin Park in my downtime, I get to just explore what worlds are in my mind. And feeling this song now, not only does it bring back memories of being at that bottom, being at that low, back when I was young, I also feel that sometimes now. And reminds me of what's inspired me to be who I am today, and why I'm doing this on the stream. I want the world to feel like it has a chance to be heard. There's so much separation, there's so much depression, there's so much darkness that's overweighing on top of all of us. And instead of us trying to be together, we're often trying to separate ourselves from each other because we think, you know, if we don't get hurt, that it won't hurt us. And that's just not true. So the beauty in the song shows that they know the struggles of what it feels like to be at the bottom and having to look up and trying to be heard by those there at the top. And this can even apply to different things as far as maybe not in really stupid thing. Not just in situations of like popularity or anything like that, but also in situations of maybe your family, your homes. You're staring up from the bottom. You're wanting to be heard. And maybe there's more to this song and its lyrics that I'll have to listen to and hear more about, and kind of deep dive like some of the other fans have. But thank you, Linkin Park, for always being the voice of the unheard. You have inspired me to do what I do, and I cannot wait for the world to hear my next album. Anyway, let's dive a little bit more into this now. Should Linkin Park keep releasing archive tracks? Yes. I think it would be nice to hit those nostalgia areas, as well as I think it was a nice take to put Emily on as singing Chester's parts. I also noticed a little bit of like blending there, but I also noticed, you know, Emily's own flair and style to it. So I appreciate all of it, and I hope that if there is more, that we get to hear Emily and Mike pull it off along with the rest of the band. If this song dropped in 2003, would it have changed Meteora's legacy? No, I don't think so. I think it's still kind of in the same like waves and patterns. I think like it was meant to be played now to kind of be like a look back But would it have changed anything for the album? I don't think so. I think that album was still perfect in its own way. It still kind of was in the same direction. But Up from the Bottom being released now gives us a chance to remember what that feels like. Because in order to go forward, sometimes you have to be able to take a second to look back at all that you've done, all your different little achievements, all your big achievements. Because if you forget about those, you forget where you are today. You forget how you got there. All right, so enough of the emotions pulling out. That one. Let me get rid of this little thing. I thought I set up a thing to filter these guys out. They just keep coming. Give me just a second. You're not buying viewers. You can go. All right. Navi, what's your thoughts on Linkin Park's new track? Let's see if she'll say anything about it. No? Got nothing for me? Okay. Alright, moving on then. We'll eventually get you fixed. Alright, so I am not often in this in the mainstream of this genre. Say genre loosely. More in the fact of I just don't, sometimes I don't catch these artists in the mainstream because my playlists are, they're tuned to anything I have in it currently. So I would have missed out on anything by Playboi Carti. But I took a moment and I checked him out. He just got done releasing this album called Music. And apparently it has been going through a span of years of teasing and delays and all this. So anybody that is a Playboi Carti fan, let me know in the comments below. Did you enjoy this new album? Did you feel like it was innovative, or do you think it was just chaos turned up louder? I took a moment and listened to a few different ones to see which ones I would appreciate more to put on my stream than the others. There was a lot. There was over 30 songs on that album. Like, there was 30 originally, and then apparently there was like an extended album. I think there was like 34 or 35, if I'm correct. The album featured different artists like Travis Scott, Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely, The Weeknd, and different artists from Opium Records. And many tracks are already trending across different streaming platforms and stuff like that. You are just now catching up on that, Navi.
Oni, I'm loving the new Linkin Park track. What's your favorite part of the song? The lyrics or the melody?
Alright, Navi, I'm turning you off. You're too slow today. Sorry. Just stay in the chat box. Anyway, tracks like Backrooms and different songs are already trending across different streaming platforms. Excuse me. I haven't seen any like TikToks or anything of it yet, but I'm sure it'll come up. Excuse me. Before I play the song that I selected, which let me check. Before we play the song I selected, let's just go over a few things that's in the rumors and leaks. There were some versions of the tracks that were floating around online for like over a year, and that was sparking a bunch of different fans and listeners trying to compare the versions of the old ones to the final ones. Excuse me. There's rumors to be an Opium World Tour that is to follow after this album drop, but yet there's no confirmation and there are no dates. So I guess keep an eye out for that if you're a Opium record fan. Fans on Reddit are debating whether Cardi is trolling the industry with anti-structure and genre-bending chaos, or if he might be delivering high-concept art. Now, my first glance at the album and its track list, I can get some of that. One, I feel like it's a good way to, if he is, to challenge the music industry, because I feel like not just the music industry alone, but a lot of these different mainstream industries in the media have forced this idea that things have to be the way they are. And that's not art. Art should not be forced in these little boxes that are made. Artists should have the freedom to release themselves in their own structure, in their own way, in their own passion. That is what art is all about. So, kudos.
Loving the music talk, Oni? What's the plan for phase 1 of your debut on April 5th?
I have you turned off and you're still talking? I turn that thing off. Golly. We will talk about that later. That is later on in the stream. Naughty. Anyway, as I was saying, kudos to that, Playboy Cardi. I definitely heard a lot of good tracks up there. I do not have enough time to play them all for this stream. So I picked one of my favorites, and personally, because I am a fan of the Weeknd's tracks, of course I went with one of the collabs on that one. I have played one or two Weeknd tracks up here on my stream before. That one's definitely gonna probably be one of the ones that ends up on my playlist. Oh yeah, there was a few things I needed to cover. Different fans and more fan theory and reactions. There's a debate going around about his new vamp. I say new. Didn't really write new. But his vamp persona evolving into something more abstract. New symbols, fashion, and visual aesthetics to possibly signal a shift. And this was a lot that was talked about in like deep dives on TikTok and stuff like that. But either way, I think it's a perfectly good thing for an artist to have the chance to challenge the world with their art form. If an artist cannot push themselves out freely, I feel like they are forced in a cage where they should not be. Art should not be caged in any sense. There's more I'd like to talk about on that, but I'm not going to talk about that today. So, before we dive into a little bit more questions here about this and our thoughts on this, I'm going to go ahead and play the track. So the track I picked out from the album is Rather Lie. Again, that was Playboy Cardi and The Weeknd. Did it break again? the deal? Oh, I just didn't click play.
I'd rather lie than to lose you, girl. I'd rather lie than confuse you, girl. Truth is we left them, they want us gone. Truth is they can't handle me at the top. I'd rather spare you the details, my love. Oh, I'd rather lie than lose you. I'd rather lie. I'd rather lie than lose you. I'd rather lie. I'd rather lie than lose you.
She wanna front lash makeup. Ask her pound time, say something. House in the hills, we a lay up. Baby, you can stay, we can play fun. She don't do much, just lie. Ain't that she want, I can get done. 100,000 ration bando. 100,000 ration bando. She wanna beg and I get that. She tryna leave, tell me she so that she leave. She wanna I'm on her bean, it's getting me She be right back, then we boo. At the top, we go swim in the pool. And that pounds, I'm laughing on you. So she fucking with me. You know I lie to you, then lose and break your heart. I rather tell you a lie than tell you the truth and leave you stuck. How you gonna take it this far? Baby, know that you fuck with a star. Baby, know that you fuck with a star.
I'd rather lie than to lose you, girl. I'd rather lie than confuse you, girl. Truth is we left them, they want us gone. Truth is they can't handle me at the top. I'd rather spare you the details, my love. Oh, I'd rather lie than lose you. I'd rather lie.
I'm back on that track getting off like this. I'm back on that lean, I'ma talk like this. I'm back on that shit, I'ma walk like this. House got a view, we can fuck like this. Niggas get mad when I talk this shit. Niggas be mad when I off this bitch. This nigga mad cause I fucked her. Like me a cougar, I'm younger. I'm digging deep like a plunger. I took her pennies up off her. Opposites always a try. How you happy then get mad? But I want you bad. If she wanna make up, I'ma just tell you that this too loud. Game my kidney, wrist filled up, you mind I'm spinning. I'm off the lean, my head sending time. I can even stay up, wrist in the freezer. I'ma contract cause you mine. I'ma play like get behind you. All that ass on me, bite that. Give you my car so you swipe that.
It wasn't you, it's me. It ain't me, it's you. I know it's hard to see. But I would have lied and lose. I'd
rather lie than to lose you, girl. I'd rather lie than confuse you, girl. Truth is we left them, they want us gone. Truth is they can't handle me at the top. I'd rather spare you the details, my love. Oh, I'd rather lie than lose you. I'd rather lie. I'd rather lie than lose you. I'd rather lie. I'd rather lie than lose you.
All right, that was Rather Lie, again by Playboy Cardi and The Weeknd. So yeah, that one was listening to that one again. That one's still probably one of my favorites. I picked out of the album for a couple reasons. Not only do I love the flow of both Playboy and Weeknd's lyrics in there, but also the blend of their vocals. You had like that smooth and sweet talkingness from The Weeknd, and then you had that kind of gritty calm coming from Cardi on that one, and then the elements in the instrumentals making it kind of what's the word for it? Like the atmosphere that's kind of like flowing through it. I want to say spherical. That's probably not the right word. Anyway, great song. I'm probably gonna add that one to my recurring playlist. So great job on that. But let's go over some of the questions I have for that now that we've kind of delved into that. Does music feel like the next chapter in Cardi's evolution, or are we stuck in the whole lot of red afterglow? I realize now, having my program ask me some of these questions and looking back on it now, I haven't really experienced a whole lot of red. So I can't say for sure. But if anybody has any comments on that, they're welcome to say so. I personally feel like this is a nice new chapter in the music industry in itself. Especially since I think this is like the #1 album on the Billboard. I think that's what I read properly yesterday, I think it was. If Cardi made a full visual album, what would it even look like? So, that's a great question. If you were to take the idea of the album and kind of put in imagery, I feel like it would need to. I don't feel like it would start from the beginning of the. Oh, why am I doing that? I don't think it would start from the beginning of the album, to be honest, because I feel like there's so many different areas that are intertwined into this song, but not song, sorry, album. It can't just be one structured thing. Now I would, because it would be funny, I would say starting off by creating a visual whole thing, using the song Backrooms, just because, you know, the idea of the Backrooms being quite popular on the internet, and then having the idea of going into different rooms and experiencing different areas of this album. I think that'd be cool. I don't think it would actually start off from there. You're welcome to listen to Backrooms yourself. It is nice. There's definitely a lot of imagery and visuals in this album that I cannot put together in just a day. I mean, I literally just picked up this album yesterday, and there's a lot there. So if they were to put it in a visual album, and my thoughts on that, I wouldn't be able to put that into words. One, I don't think it'd be right for me to do that, me being another artist, to put my opinion in that area, because I feel like I wouldn't get the correct imagery that they are looking for. Two, I don't think it'd be fair since I just listened to it just now. This is just me going off of just hearing the whole album yesterday. Anyway, appreciate the tracks. I hope to see more news on that later on, and you keep on rocking it, Cardi. All right, and of course, on to our next music in the news. We all know her. Everybody's thirsting over her, men and women. Her latest #1 Billboard pop song, Feather, by Sabrina Carpenter. Is Sabrina finally getting her mainstream pop moment? Yes. I feel like she is all over the news. She is all over them playlists right now. She is living her hot moment, and she knows it. And I know she knows it. I mean, you can see all the different poses and smiles and different things she does for the camera. She is living her spotlight right now, and I don't think she should give it up. I don't know how many people have been listening to her from from her earlier works. I do remember one song specifically that I enjoyed. I think it was Thumbs. I do enjoy her voice. I do enjoy her songs. But this new direction is definitely hot. Okay. She can be my espresso. Anyway, so the success of Feather now comes after her deluxe album Emails I Can't Send Forward. And it has been a strong tour performance all across the US. And she's also been reported to have cracked the Billboard's Hot 100 in that doesn't sound right. Hot 100, top 40. Oh, okay. I see. All right, my notes got a little bit mixed up. I use chat sometimes to help bullet point some of my notes, and my notes get a little bit clustered together along the way. But this is a new career high for her. She's now in the top 40 on the Hot 100. So good job. Rumors and leaks, speculation around a summer 2025 album has been picked up, and it's suggesting that she's already working with hit makers like Olivia Rodrigo and Taylor Swift's camps. But of course, there's no confirmation on that just yet. Just people sleuthing around and getting different information. There's also talks of Sabrina and a Ice Spice collab. It's being whispered about on Twitter, X, but nothing official there either. So, if you've seen or heard anything about that, I have not. Send it my way. Let me deep dive into that, please. Some fans are arguing that Feather is a true sequel to Skin, stepping fully into her post-Disney No Apologies era. For those that don't know, Sabrina was a Disney singer. Is Sabrina the next big crossover pop queen like Ariana or Olivia? Some saying yes. Others are saying she still needs a breakout album. I can see that in a bit. Because yes, this latest album, it is hot. It's still not a fully out of the cage type of album, like some artists may end up having after they've kind of broken away from things like Disney. So I feel like she needs that chance to dive into a more uncaged ideal, and let's see what she can actually come up with. Now, I know some previous artists that get out of their post-Disney eras. They tend to get a little raunchy, a little wild. Won't name names. But again, I feel like that's when you get into this moment where you're stuck in this box, and all you can think about is you're inside this box all the time. Your ideas and the way you think and everything, it gets confined and squished, and your thoughts aren't properly put together because you can't properly think for yourself or be yourself. So it's understandable so that there's a moment that you need to break out of that. And for people like us who enjoy making art in whatever form you may need, things can get a little bit wild. Things can get crazy. we're breaking out of our shells. I, for one, I've never been in a situation where I've had to do a bunch of work for somebody else as far as my music goes. Even in the past, before I started actually releasing music and stuff, I can remember when I was younger, I was trying to make music that was like trying to say it was mine, but at the same time I was unhappy with it. It was cringy. I'd like to stay in the dark archives of the internet as much as possible so that nobody ever hears it again. But if you were to hear it, you would know that in some ways it was caged. It was not fully channeled. It was just, you know, me putting on an act that I was trying to be something I wasn't. I didn't get to fully show my full artistry in that, and so eventually, from years of struggling, I just stopped. I stopped trying to create my own music and stuff, and I stepped away. But we'll go into that more on my day of my debut. So we are going to play Feather in a moment here, and then we'll go into some of the questions about it.
Oh, not another tape. Oh, it's like that. I'm your dream come true when it's on a platter for you. Then you pull back when I try to make plans more than 2 hours in advance. I slam the door, I hit ignore, I say no, 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 no more. I got you blocked after this and afterthought. Finally cut you off. I feel so much lighter, like a feather with you off my mind. Floating through the memories like whatever, you're a waste of time. Your signals a miss, you act like a bitch. You fit every stereotype, send a pic. I feel so much lighter, like a feather with you out my life. With you out my life. It feels so good, not caring where you are tonight. And it feels so good, not pretending to like the one you like. I slam the door, I hit ignore, I say no, 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 no more. I got you blocked, excited to never talk. I'm so sorry for your loss. I feel so much lighter, like a feather with you off my mind. Floating through the memories like whatever, you're a waste of time. Your signals a miss, you act like a bitch. You fit every stereotype, send a pic. I feel so much lighter, like a feather with you out my life. With you out my life.
Okay, so that was Feather by Sabrina Carpenter. I'll be honest, that's the first time I actually listened to that song, and I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I think she is on the... I think this is what I consider the start of her breaking away, and I can feel that in her lyrics as well. Like, I mean, literally, like she's freeing herself, in a sense. She's becoming light as a feather. Yeah, I'm gonna add that to my playlist for sure. So yeah, do you think Sabrina... Do you think Sabrina's Billboard success is overdue, or just the right time? I think this is just the right time. I think this is the right time for her to do this. One, she's become a hit with that recent album and their tour. And then two, I mean, this Feather song shows she is ready for that next step. And she's singing about it. And I am wondering to see what we have in store next. What song or moment made you start taking her seriously as a pop contender? Espresso. I'm gonna be honest, like, when I first heard of Sabrina back in the day when I heard Thumbs, I mean, I thought she had a nice voice, she had a nice flow. I thought that I thought she would become more, because that song, to me, in my playlists and stuff back in in those days, it was quite popular and kept coming up. But did I take her seriously back then? No. But after hearing how popular Espressos come, and how cocky it sounds, I'm not saying like cocky in a bad way. I'm saying like good cocky, like that confidence in that freaking song. That to me showed, okay, hey, you want this? Come get it. Think about me. And she did it in such a, like, not overly, like, cocky tone, and more of like a smooth, like, oh, that's sweet, So yeah, I started taking her seriously after that. What would I like to see in a different kind of sound or collab for her to go up to the next level? To be honest, I'd like to see if she can pull off her own, like, own kind of, like, style. Like, I don't know how to describe that. Like, every different artist has their own style sometimes that says, hey, this is your signature sound. There's some that start off that way, and there are some that don't get that till they've reached, like, a peak or something like that. So I'd like to see if she can reach a peak. Because right now, what she's playing is kind of, it's her own, it's her own pop sounds, but it's not her own like, unique, what's the word? Her own unique style. So, yeah, I'd like to see what comes from that, honestly. Before even thinking about collabs. And I don't know, maybe she needs collabs for that. Some artists don't find that kind of uniqueness until afterwards. But I think that she's got the talent to pull it off without needing a collab. But we'll see. All right, what is next on the list? All right, so this is not a name I thought I'd be seeing pop up anytime soon. But it's the Smith himself. Will Smith is making himself back up on the music market again. And yes, there have been a lot of different controversy and all the different narrative that's floated around the news and the media, and all the crap that happened at the awards, and just a whole bunch of crap. So most of the time you just heard about all that stuff, or what movies and different things he might have acted in. And I feel like we lost some of Will Smith's inspiring music. So now, he has just released a new track titled You Can Make It. Hold on. I feel like some of this... Oh, wait a second. Hold on. No, excuse me. Because I think this is a little bit outdated now since I first made my notes. Alright, let me just correct myself on this. Some of my notes got a little bit outdated compared to what is now, because it just released like a whole album. The album is called Based on a True Story. I feel like it's bringing back the inspiring flow of Will Smith. And it's going to dive into a little bit of, you know, all the stuff Will Smith's been dealing with in the public, and touch, like, it's going to touch a whole bunch of different areas, apparently. Some little bit of inspirational gospel rap energy. He's going to explore themes of redemption, struggle, legacy, all the classic Will Smith move. Rap about the shit. Okay? Alright? Because, I mean, just think about it. He's like, he was doing it back in his early years, like, during the years of, like, Fresh Prince and stuff like that. And I think I remember when I was young, there was this time where, you know, you always felt like you were going to hear a Will Smith song come up at some point, whether or not it was tied to a movie, or maybe he came out with like a music video. Like, I still remember the music video for Switch. Like, I thought that was like peak like Will Smith flow, and that was when I was young. I didn't realize all the other musics that I would enjoy from Will Smith. But as time goes on, sometimes we tend to forget about some of the artists we enjoyed listening to. And of course, all the controversy and all the stuff that's been filled into the Will Smith narrative, it's kind of caused us to forget about his music and forget about his years of progress. So hopefully, if you take a moment to listen to this album, it'll kind of give some insight to where his mind is now. And I'm hoping that from this he can look back and move forward, and then we can get some peak Will Smith stuff going here. I didn't get to listen to the whole album. I listened to like a few snippets of it. I ended up picking out 2 songs from the album that I thought would be like peak to hear for the first time on the stream. One was just like the introduction, because I thought that was pretty funny, and it brings me back to some of Will Smith's kind of like acting and storytelling stuff. And then I picked out You Looking For Me. And I'll just let you hear that one for yourself. But before we go into that, let's go over some of the rumors and leaks. Insider buzz hints at a deeper autobiography with the possible appearances from Jazzy Jeff, Jaden, or even Questlove. Now, again, some of these notes I made, they're old. You can definitely go in and just check out the album yourself. Some of the stuff they got, I think, was right. I have to go back and confirm for myself. And then there is a possible full-blown comeback tour, hopefully. I would like to see that, personally. I feel like it is time for Will Smith to make his comeback. And the best way to do that is get out there. And then hopefully, outreach with the public and be in the public's face again. And be a role model. Because that's what he was supposed to be. He was supposed to be a role model. And he was for a good period of time. I think just, the industry can mess you up. I've over the years seen this happen, and I've even written some of my music about it from an outside perspective, because one, I don't want to ever see myself go into those shoes, because I see what it can do to a person, and often a lot of people like to forget that these people that are in our media, they're people too. And so they carry all this weight on them, and then they're expected to look a certain way in the public eye, and that it gets shattering sometimes to think that way, So again, that puts that box back into perspective. You're putting yourself in a cage, and then you're not free to flow. So, definitely check this out. I'm not going to dive too much more into some of these notes, because some of these notes I've noticed are too old. Like if it's a day past what I already have, I'm not gonna go over them. I'd rather just play the song, the music, and let you hear for yourself at this point, because there's no point in going over old notes. There is one thing that, there's one thing I wanted to say, and that is, when I play the next two songs, on the introduction, I just thought it would be fun, but, when you listen to You Looking For Me, definitely take a moment to, take in the lyrics, and think about what I've said, and then we can come back on some of the questions I have here. First off is the introduction.
Will Smith is canceled.
Oh, you can't cancel no icon.
He walking around like he all invincible or somebody.
Don't be messing with Will.
He the Fresh Prince.
Who the fuck Will Smith think he is? And that boy damn crazy how he raising them kids.
What?
No, he is.
Yes, he is.
No, he is.
Yes, he is. And I ain't never gonna forgive him for that shit he did.
What?
I mean, Will Smith used to be cool.
He's still the shit. He can fit your whole house in his pool.
I don't know. I mean, he rich, but he ain't rich.
Boy,
I don't even remember the last flick he did.
You don't remember Aladdin? What about Men in Black?
Yeah.
I know your badass squad Bad Boys. I know you remember that.
What's the soundtrack?
I heard he down bad.
I heard he won the Oscar, but he had to give it back.
And you know they only made him do that shit because he's black.
He don't need it. He the first to win a Grammy for rap.
That's a fact.
He put all of Philly on his back.
Bottom line, y'all, Will Smith is whack.
I mean, he rich, funny, and sexy too. You wish you had a Jada Pinkett next to you.
Him and Jada both crazy, girl. What you talking about?
You better keep his wife's name out of your mouth.
You talking shit. But if he came right now, you'd be like, come in, Mr. Smith, would you please sit down?
Hell nah. I'd be like, come get a fade, cause all your haircuts I seen on the big screen been lame.
One thing's for sure, you can't call him lazy.
I ain't trying to call him lazy, I'm calling the nigga crazy. One classic album, what that make him Jay-Z?
Jay-Z plus movies and TV.
Look, he's still the GOAT. Bad Boys came in first.
I don't like his damn music. That nigga don't fucking curse.
He gon' drop a new record like we all gon' forget. He need to take another year and untangle some shit.
Oh my.
Who the fuck Will think he is? He only still relevant because of his kids.
No, he is.
Yes, he is.
No, he
yes,
is.
he is. And I ain't never gonna forgive him for that shit he did.
Oh, shit. Hey, minute black.
Come in, Mr. Smith. Would you like to sit down?
So yeah, you know what I mean? The introduction is fucking cool. And definitely gives an insight of what to expect from the album. And it kind of touches base on all the public talks about, you know, what's been in the news and why it's time for him to make his comeback. So that was the introduction with the barbershop talk, and now you looking for me.
Lottie-dottie, I like to party, but not by myself though, I came with somebody. Me and Jeff like Jordan and Scotty, spend a lot of time with the Sheikhs and with the Saudis. You know, in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, gifts coming like Ferraris and Bugattis. Jada got my DMs hot with bodies. Yeah. Oh, you looking for me? I ain't hard to find, I'm easy to see. I ain't hard to find, I'm on your TV. I ain't hard to find, I'm on your IG. Somebody said you looking for me. I ain't hard to find, I'm easy to see. I ain't hard to find, I'm on your TV. I ain't hard to find, I'm on your IG. I ain't hard to find. I ain't hard to find. I ain't hard to find. You decided to instigate it and now you got me, I'm motivated. Take a beat, I'm spitting heat, I'm on fire, incinerated. I'm way too calculated for me to ever get dominated. If I was you and I saw me, I see why you be aggravated. Took a lot, I'm back on top, y'all gon' have to get acclimated. Won't stop, my shit still hot even though I won't get nominated. Personal life with my wife, mind your business is complicated. All that matters is the fact that I'm still getting compensated. Cash. I've been on my grind for a very long time. I've been on your mind for a very long time. Yeah, you got your life, but your life ain't like mine. Looking for me, you can find me where the light shine. Where the light shine. Oh, you looking for me? I ain't hard to find, I'm easy to see. I ain't hard to find, I'm on your TV. I ain't hard to find, I'm on your IG. Somebody said you looking for me. I ain't hard to find, I'm easy to see. I ain't hard to find, I'm on your TV. I ain't hard to find, I'm on your IG. I ain't hard to find. I ain't hard to find. I ain't hard to find.
So yeah, that was You Looking for Me from Will Smith's new album. Yeah, I definitely feel like that this album is peak going back to, you know, who Will Smith is. Because there's a lot of artists out there have a hard time being uncaged and being, you know, being themselves and freeing themselves from imagery of what the world has pushed into your mold. So the best way to deal with all those when you're a person who makes any type of artwork is to express it outwardly and not think about what you have to deal with afterwards. Sometimes that can be pretty, what comes out can be pretty rough, but it gives them a chance to break away. But I definitely feel like this would be a good moment for Will Smith to step back into the spotlight and take his place back as a music artist. I mean, that's just, I mean, you heard it. You looking for him? I mean, he's been doing it for years. I mean, look, I mean, all the stuff he's got under his belt now. How many different artists can you say has been through all of that and still come back? Not many. Should artists use music as a way to reshape their public image? I think it depends on your art form. For Will Smith, he had been a music artist for a very long time, and he enjoys, you know, making good, flowing music. He is one of those artists that has a unique style. My hand stopped doing that. He's one of those music artists that definitely has achieved his own unique style in the rap industry, and I feel like he had that very early on. Many can say that they have their own unique style very on, and I feel like when you think Will Smith, you think about that like that straight to your, it goes straight to your I don't think of the words at the moment here. Like it reaches straight into you and says, you know, you want some of this, come get some of this, okay? But also doing it in a very smooth manner. So yeah, whether you're a fan or not a fan of Will Smith, I definitely recommend at least checking out at least once. All right, moving on. For this next one, I do not have anything to play. Mainly because it's not like an official like released thing as at the moment. But this next one is from Magdalena Bay. They did a cover song for David Bowie called Ashes to Ashes. And this was performed on Triple J's Like a Version, where they blended a glitchy synth pop with the, you know, the Bowie style. I am a fan of some of David Bowie's works, and recently did some deep diving research on him and his career to find some things I found similar to other artists, especially the certain paths and directions they took to get to, you know, what he's famous for now. So he's definitely an inspiration when it comes to the music industry. The duo maintained Bowie's eerie vibe with adding different hyperpop textures, airy harmonies, and psychedelic visuals. And I think that's very Bowie of them, because a lot of David Bowie's later on works, what he's known for was challenging the generations with stuff that was what's the word for it? I guess you would say in a sense it'd be abstract. Like it wasn't this is the normal thing you do. It was, I'm going to capture your attention, and I'm going to bring you into my world. We are going to enjoy this thing together. That's how I would describe it. Along with that, they also performed their original track, You Lose, as showing off their evolution since Miracle. I'm not going to butcher that. Since one of their latest works. Again, I did not find either one of these songs, so it must not be available on my my DJ system, so I can't pull it up just yet. Many fans are calling this one of the best Like a Version entries of 2025, citing that it's a bold production and very experimental. And I think that's a very very good way to show off in the music industry that, yes, it is time to start challenging the norm again. Because how do we grow if we are not challenging the norm? If you are a fan, or you haven't heard them before, I do recommend going and checking them out. I will be adding them to my list to go check out after today. And anybody who's a David Bowie fan, I definitely try to see if you can pull up the performance and watch it for yourself. And let me know how you liked it. Alright, Cyber City. We are going to move on to our last topic of music in the news. Gorillaz. This is another one I would consider an artist I actually forgot about. And not in a sense of, oh, I don't have their songs on my playlist, so I don't listen to them a lot kind of deal. More of just, I kind of put the idea of them being next level, challenging the music industry style. I'm going to constantly follow them kind of track. Like in front of me, you know. Because I feel like, you know, their style changed a little bit for me, and my taste in music kind of altered a little bit during their times of their change, so I didn't really listen to all of their latest works. So before we get into their latest news about their up and coming album, they have had some works previously that I definitely recommend going back and checking out if you haven't already. I think the last thing I listened to was the album with Plastic Beach. And that one just got a little bit too weird for me. Not in the sense of it's not something I would normally check out anyway. It was just back in the day when that came out and I was listening to Gorillaz, I was expecting, you know, stuff like Demon Days and all their other works. So when it got a little bit weird, I kind of said, okay, I'm not feeling like listening to this right now, and just that's why I decided I'd put them on the back burner. I have not listened to their latest album, Cracker Island. I don't know what it's like. I added one track up here from that album that I think we could enjoy, but I haven't officially listened to the actual album. So that's another one to add to my list to check out. But here is the question: is Gorillaz about to shift genres again, or are they going to circle back to their roots? Damon Albarn confirmed in interviews that a new Gorillaz album is in early production, with sessions already underway as early of this year. The group hinted that the upcoming project may be more experimental and visually integrated, which, I mean, that in its own thing is what I like, as far as an artist's uniqueness is. I love how Gorillaz challenged the music industry with their own form of artwork, and there's more to that that we can go into later, but possibly might have some AR VR integrated animations, as well as some band lore. So look forward to not just, you know, music, but, you know, visuals too. Rumors have it that there's possible features of Tame Impala, Lil Sims, and even Billie Eilish. But nothing's been officially confirmed on those collabs just yet. And then the band supposedly is working on a sequel visual project to follow up to Song Machine, with some interactive content. That's just some stuff that may have been sprouted about on Twitter, as well as a few fan theory videos. Diving back into the whole idea of uniqueness of an artist. One of the things that I recently discovered was the reason Gorillaz took the approach with their visuals that they did. If you've ever seen their artwork and the different videos and style they've made to go along with their music, was because apparently the lead singer was considered too handsome when he was making his music. So when he was performing his music, people were too distracted to listen to the lyrics and the words and the message he had behind his music. So this new approach was to kind of, one, put the visuals on the front side and actually let people hear the message behind the music. So I don't know how much of that was true. I haven't really deep dived into that information. That was kind of just told by ear. I think there was an interview about it, though. I remember in the past that there was an interview I saw where it was, the first front two that started the band and then gathered people after that. That's about all I can remember at this time. So maybe I'll deep dive into that again later after this album comes out. We talk about it again. Some fans believe that Noodle will take a more front-facing role, both musically and in the storylines, with the hints of animated shorts and teasers. So that might have some information coming up in some more YouTube lore. We'll keep our eyes open for that. Other fans are debating whether Gorillaz will pivot back towards their early trip-hop funk rock sound, or just double down on their new Cracker Island's synth pop style. I personally, because I'm nostalgic like that, wouldn't mind them going back to their old, Demon Days, stuff like that, because that Demon Days was probably my personal favorite album from them. Not only did it have some, imagery, storytelling, if you listen to the lyrics alone, but it was just, it had a nice groove to it. And of course, everybody's, old favorite, Feel Good Inc. It's another good one. My personal favorite probably has to be Dirty Harry, though. But I didn't add that for today's playlist today.
cavity.
Of course, that was everybody's favorite right there. Feel Good Ink. And then now, as I said, play Oil. Cracker Island. would hurt them, because that, excuse me, if that's what they feel is their new style, new direction, I feel like they should be free to do that. Listening to some of, like, especially that one there, you can feel all the energy in that. So, which artist would I dream of having featured on, say, their upcoming next album? I don't know, because I've seen them collab with a lot of different artists out there, especially in the hip hop and rap industry. I feel like I'd want to see them explore other collabs from other industries. Even though I know a lot of the rhythm and style of different, like, hip hop and rap genres flow better with pop sounds, I feel like they could experiment a little with more electronic different artists, especially with them having kind of like a synth funk to them. I feel like we're in the age of electronic music where we're getting a lot more artists willing to explore outwardly in that area. Me myself, just kind of shamelessly plugging myself in here. I like to explore, pushing my my cyberpunkish theme into different genres. I do not plan to stop at just rock. You know, I want to go to other genres too. But rock is probably like my root. Would be my root core there. Should they make a full animated film to tie with the album? I don't know. I think it just depends on what the album's going to be about, to be honest. Would it be cool? Yes. But I feel like at this time, I don't think I want to put too much more speculation on it, because I'd love to take a glance back at Cracker Island and really kind of dive back into Gorillaz and see where their direction has taken them. They've also come a long way, and they're another one that I grew up with that I appreciated hearing, because it kind of gave me a taste of what music can be like. That it doesn't always have to fit in a certain genre as everybody else. It can be a little bit different, and it doesn't always have to be. I mean, to be honest, if you think about it, it's also the idea of you don't have to have your physical face present and out in the world to be some popular music artist. You can have frickin' a cartoon face. I mean, just look at the VTubing community. You're an artist that's not having to physically show your face if you don't want to. So how cool is that? That is all I have for our news topics today. Now we're going to dive a little bit into what I want to talk about last. I know I talked about it a little bit in the beginning, but I just want a reminder. Next weekend is my debut, Ashes and Gold. This will start my phase 1 of my Ashes and Gold 2025. After my debut, or during my debut, I'll kind of dive into a little bit more about what I mean about phase 1 and what you can expect from phase 2. Again, there is a giveaway for Amazon gift cards. So be sure to, if you want to get opportunity in being an getting an entry into that giveaway. Excuse me, I am losing my tongue here. Then you just need to make sure you follow the rules. If you're on my Twitch page, you just go to the About section and go to my Discord link. You can also find my Discord links and all my socials. My link tree has it at the top, along with my Twitch channel. And then you just have to make sure that you're there during the time that I do the giveaway after my music video release, which will launch into my new album coming out the day after. Do keep in mind, there is a lot I have planned for this year. So this is one of the reasons I decided to take such an early approach with this debut. Because I could have taken more time and put a lot more into it. I feel like that would have constricted me into a cage. I felt like when I first started thinking about I need to do a debut so I can finally do some kind of special thing for my album, I started constricting myself in this thought like I have to have everything done. And I had to remind myself, I do not have to be what the industry tells me I have to be. There are some things I am learning along the way in this industry, and trying to push my career that are both a learning lesson as to what it takes, but also it doesn't have to confine and define me. It's just strategies in order to build myself up. But we can dive into more of that later. I thank you all for joining me and taking time. I was going to do a little bit of gaming at the end, but I'm going to be honest with you, it's been a long week, and I have got to prep for next week, so I will not be doing a full stream tonight. I wish you all much love, and I appreciate you coming by, and hopefully next time we see each other, we can play some games and hang out and talk more. Till then, this ogre is done. Good night, Cyber City.